Hi, today we'll cover the Boolean variables and conditions. So, star's objectives are to recognize the Boolean data type and also to understand how to evaluate expressions that use the comparison operators and to understand how to make decisions in a program using conditionals. So we haven't covered this Boolean type yet. So a Boolean is a truth value. Booleans can only be one of two values, true or false. We can also think of Boolean as yes or no, on or off, something like something versus nothing, full versus empty, and so on. And also commonly abbreviated as a bool. So what are the operators? These are the 6 operators that give us the Boolean value: less than, greater than, less than or equal, greater than or equal, and not equal. Now one thing I want to remind you that single equal sign is actually an assignment operator. Remember that, for example, Lisa equal to 22. So value of 22 is assigned to Lisa. And over here, these double equal signs, this is the equality operator. Is 21 equal to 22? Answer is no, so it will be false. So let's take some examples. 3 is less than 9. What do you think it is? True or false? Yes, it is true. 4.5 is greater or equal to 4. It is also true. Now here's interesting question. True double equal to true. What do you say? Yes, it is false, because this true is a value true, Boolean value, and this true within single quotes, it is a string. So this Boolean value true is actually not equal to string true. Yeah, so they are not equal, so answer is false. Okay, here is another interesting. The small a is less than z. What do you think it is? Actually, it is also true. It's not false, or it's not an error, because just like numbers, there is order in numbers. There is also an order in strings. Like in telephone directory or names, you sort them based on alphabetical order. So in that case, a is less than z. What about here? Yes, 2 is greater than -1. Okay, and now is 3 equal to string 3? Again, it is false, because this is integer 3, this is string containing 3. So integer is not equal to string. Okay, what about is 2 greater than 2.0? It's again false, because it is actually equal, it's not greater. It is interesting. 2 equal to 1 plus 1. What do you think? In this case, these plus minus, these arithmetic operators have high priorities. So first we will evaluate 1 plus 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. And yes, 2 equal to 2. So this answer is true. So we can try this example. For example, if we have variable price, and let's say it has a value 48 in it. So we can say, what's the price, how much for the jeans, and the value is 48. Imagine we enter 48. So is price greater than 48? No, false. It's not greater than 48. Is price less than or equal to 50? In this case, yes, true, it is less than or equal to 50. Now what happened now? What's happening here? We are assigning 39 to price, so we're changing the value of price. So now price is 39. It's not double equal. So is price equal to 48? No, false. Is less than or equal to 39? It is true. It is not less, but it is equal. Is price equal to 39 string? No, again it is false. So let's try these examples in Python before going further. So we open I already opened the editor. This is the editor. This is our shell. So let's practice these examples. So if I say price equal to 48, so now price is 48. Either I can enter it directly or I can get the input from the user. If I look at input from the user, I will say input, enter price. Now this will be a string when the user will enter. I have to convert it to an integer or double, whichever I prefer. So now I convert this string price to an integer price, and I can print the value as well. Print price. I save it, I run it. So it asks enter the price. I enter 48 and now I print 48, exactly same, but I don't see the difference, but I know this is string, it became integer. Now let's test some of the examples we did earlier. These examples, want to test it here. So price is 48. If I wanna check it, print if price is less than or equal to 50. If I wanna check it, this one, price is 48, and if price is less than or equal to 50, it is true. You can enter more. Is price is equal to 48, print price equal to 48. But just to save our time, instead of, I can just enter here the value myself. So this thing is 48, and then I can convert it, or I can directly give the price 48 just to save time. So if I run this code, so the first one, 48 is less than 50, it is true. 48 is equal to 48 is also true. And I say price equal to 48 string, it is false. I can also compare print price is equal to 48.0. It is also, we reduce the size of this window. It's also true. So except this string, all are true. I can say print price equal to 40 plus 8. This is also true. And if I say price, print price is not equal to 48. In this case, this is number 48. This is string 48. so they are not equal. So it is true, and we get true. So we got these few examples of these are all relational operators, and we get the Boolean answer, either true or false. I can check at value also. Okay, so we continue where to apply these Boolean variables. So making a conditional is a control structure that allows us to run a block of code only if a certain condition is met. So now we can have a choice. Up till now, all the statements were run in top to down, but now we have a choice to skip few statements. Here is an example. Here is the pseudocode. Pseudocode means which is not the actual code, but something more like a syntax. So we have this, the word if, it is part of the syntax. We have to put if, and if any condition is true, colon should also be there, then we will do something. This part is done with some indentation. Usually we use 4 spaces. If this condition is true, then this thing has happened, 1 or 2 or more statements here. Else, there is no condition. If this condition is true, we do this thing. If it is false, we do this other thing. So here, this condition divides the group into 2 parts, just like a coin, head or tail. If it is true, if it is a head, we do this thing, else we do the other thing. It is also possible to have multiple conditions. Then we can use second condition, else. If the first condition is true, then do something. Else if, we check another condition. If this condition is true, we do this another thing. And else part, we do this remaining thing. And we can even have 1, 2, 3, 4, as many else if we want. So here is an example. So in indentation is important. So age is 18. We have variable age 18. If age is greater or equal to 21, we print welcome and you are old enough to enter. Else, you must be 21 to enter. And thanks for visiting. So in this case, age is 18. So what will be the output? Is 18 more than 21? No, false. So go to else part. You will see print you must be 21 to enter. And this print message is not part of else part. It is not indented. So we also see this one. Thanks for visiting. If we change age to, let's say, 21, 22, in that case, how many print statements there will be? There will be 3 print statements. Because this condition is true, let's say age is 22. 22 is more than 21. So we see print welcome. We are old enough to enter. And then also thanks for visiting. Let's try this example. So we go to our Python editor. So if I type in age is equal to 18, and I have condition here, if age is greater or equal to 21, the message was print welcome, you're old enough to enter. We say print welcome, you are old enough to enter. In the else part, I have print our other messages. Must be 21 to enter. You must be 21 to enter. Please visit after what it should be after 21 minus age years. Now will it work, or there is some typo in it? So here is a string, this is a number, so you cannot add string to a number, so we need to convert this number to a string as well. So if age is greater than 21, we see these two messages: welcome, you're old enough to enter. Else we see these two messages: you must be 21 to enter, please visit after these many years. And we have another print, thanks for visiting. So this print is not part of else block. So if you run the code, since age is 18, we see these three messages: you must be 21 to enter, please visit after 3 years, 21 minus 18, and thanks for visiting. If I change the age to 22, now it will say welcome, you're old enough to enter, thanks for visiting. So this last message is not part of this else block. Let's come back here. So conditions are commonly used in real life too. For example, when we log in and sign up, we check if the password is correct, or log in, then we continue, otherwise we are stopped. Also add me and friends, we check the conditions. Here's the alarm clock, is a timer inside. Once it is condition time is equal to the timer, alarm start ringing the alarm. Also in these conditions, the sensors, we have these conditions as well. Let's practice it in the class. Imagine if you are in the class environment. If you are a first year, stand up. So all those who are in the freshmen, they stand up. And I have no else parts, everyone else will remain sitting, only freshmen will stand. Now the second condition is interesting. If you are a coffee drinker, raise your right hand and stand up. So do both things. In the else part, you raise your left hand. So all the coffee drinkers stand up and raise your right hand, and everybody else raise your left hand. So in this case, the whole class is divided into two parts, two groups. One group will be standing up with their right hand raised, and the other half, other remaining, will have left hand and they're still sitting, and there's no other choice. The whole class is divided into two groups. Here's another condition where we have two conditions, so now we end up in three parts. So if you like cookies, you raise your right hand. So now all the guys who like cookies raise your right hand. Now the remaining guys, else, so if you don't like cookies, else you like brownies, you raise your left hand. And if you don't like cookies and you don't like brownies, you stand up. Now please make sure that nobody raises both hands. In this condition, it is not possible that you like both cookies and brownies. You can only like one. Because if you like cookies, you raise your right hand and you will not check these remaining conditions. You will check further only if you don't like cookies. If you don't like cookies, only then you check if you like brownies. And if you like brownies, you raise your left hand. So the class is divided into three groups, potential three groups. Those who like cookies, they will raise their right hand. If you don't like cookies and you like brownies, you raise your left hand. And if you don't like brownie either, then you stand up. So there is no fourth option. So it is possible that everybody likes cookies. So everybody raises right hand and nobody raises left hand and nobody stands up. It's possible, but there are only three possibilities here. But no one can belong to two groups. If you are raising your right hand, you cannot raise your left hand and you can't stand up. Similarly, if you are raising your left hand, you can't raise your right hand and you can't stand up. So whenever the first condition is true, all remaining are skipped. Here's another example. If you woke up before 7 a.m. this morning, raise your right hand. Some of you will raise your right hand. Else, everyone else who did not wake up before 7, raise your left hand. So either you raise your right hand, else if you don't raise your right hand, then you must raise your left hand. And then everybody will stand up. Stand up is not part of the else. So everybody will stand up. Everybody. But the stand up is outside. So if you wake up before 7, you will raise your right hand. Else you raise your left hand and everybody is standing. That is a condition. Now let's take an example here. Listen, our game. Let's implement this Mario game. Now we'll write a program that prints out the player's new score based on how she places in the race. So player has a score of 13 going into the race. So player already has a score of 13 to record the score 13. If player gets first place, he'll get 10 points. Second place, win 8 points. Third place, win 5 points. All other places win no points. So how many inputs are there? It has only one input, which is a place. We don't need 3 inputs. We just need one input, which is the place. Then we'll check the value of place. If it is the first place, we give 10 bonus points. If it is second place, we give 8 bonus points. If it is a third place, we give 5 bonus points. So place is our input. We will do the input. Score we already have. We will increment the score based on this place. Now let's try it. So now editor, and here is the shell. So I'll say score, initially score is 13. So I record the score, then I do on the place, and I say enter the place, get the input, enter place. Now how do you want to enter the place? You can enter type first, second, third, or enter 1, 2, 3. Let's try, but we will give some user hint at what we want person to enter. If we say enter 1, 2, or 3, we can give these options, either type 1, 2, or 3, something like this. We can have, give the user the hint, or I can actually type here that user will type first, second, or third. Let's keep these strings first, second, third. So I got the place, then I will check it. If place equal to first, then I will say score is equal to score plus 13. I'm incrementing the score by 10 actually, 10. And I can even print some message. Congratulations, you receive 10 bonus points. Now if the person did not score first place, so else if place equal to second, in that case score is equal to score plus 8. I can say print great job, you receive 8 bonus points. Now else, elif again, if place equal to third, double equal, it's a condition, third string, in that case score equal to score plus 5. Score is equal to score plus 5, and I can print this out. Nice work, you receive 5 bonus points. Once all score is done, I print the message, your current score is str score. But I can't add string to an integer, and to convert the string to this integer to a string, let's run it and enter the place first, second, third. I enter the place first, and it says congratulations, you receive 10 bonus points. Increase it, your current score is 23. If I run it again, this time I give third place, so score is increased by 5 points. Now if I run the code again, this time I get maybe 5th place. Your current score is 13, so there is no increment. So all these conditions are missed. There is no final else part, because in the final one score remains same. I can even have a else part here, just have some message, there is no change in the score, print your score did not, you did not receive any bonus points. Try again. Try again. You did not receive any bonus points. I run it this time, and I say my position is 4th. Say try again. You did not receive any bonus points. So let's come back. So what did we learn? A Boolean is a data type representing a truth value, true or false, with no strings around it. Comparison operator create expressions that evaluate to a Boolean value. You can check if two values are equivalent by using this double equal operator. Conditions are used to make decisions in a program. When the program is executed, only one branch of the conditional can be chosen to run. The other branches are skipped. Thank you.